Easter's so fun. It's just so bright with bunnies, unicorns, and so far games have made me cry. Before we start, there's going to be a lot of spoilers in this, so if a game comes up and you kind of want to play that and you've not played it yet and you don't want to be spoiled or anything, feel free to leave anything, or if you don't want to be spoiled at any game at all or whatsoever, or whatever is in the thumbnail, you may leave now. Bad cough. Oh yeah, riding a horse, it's so good. Now I'm climbing a giant like a badass. Now I'm back on my horse. I'm actually getting really attached to this horse. What's its name? Agro? That's a sweet name. Agro? I love animals. So if in any game at all, if there's some kind of animal companion, I immediately get elbows to the walls when they are in some sort of trouble. That's one of the reasons why I don't take dogs around with me in Skyrim. I take people. I just don't want any animal getting hurt. But it's okay when it's Lydia, cause she's a girl. So when your companion Agro in Shadow of the Colossus gets in any sort of trouble, gets any sort of limp, or falls off any sort of cliff, or bridge, in fact, I can't help but to shed a tear. I mean, listen to his cry. I don't want to spoil the game anymore, so I'm gonna stop this section even though I wanted to say some more. So by number 4. You know, Daisy was actually meant to be number 4, but when I was writing the script for number 5, something clicked in my head, and that was Fable II. This game is pretty depressing right from the start. You get to meet your idol, and he really wants to kill you. You get to bond with your sister, then she dies. You do nothing, and then you die. Well, not really. But seriously, how the hell do you freaking survive that? You get shot and then you freaking fall out a window and freaking break your neck. I don't care if there's magic in this world and there's the death walks away and you weren't destined to die, but you were meant to die. Is fact. But worst of all, in this game, you have to get your head shaved for like a certain bit. It's really depressing. It really scarred me for life. I just stuttered. But there's one specific moment that made me snap. And yes, it has to do with the doggy companion. Spoiler alert, because we are actually going pretty deep now. Towards the end of the game, you meet Lucien, or some shit. And yet again, he's pointing a gun at your face. When he's about to shoot, your dog, who has been with you for the entire game, launches up and takes the bullet for you. This affected me more than Shadow of the Colossus, as I was younger at the time when I played this game, and you could just tell that the dog was dead. In Shadow of the Colossus, when we see Agro fall, we can't really tell if he's dead or alive or not, we just hope. For all we know, he could have pulled an Aragon and badassed his way back up. But with Fable, you straight up see your dog die. Oh yeah, also, for pittiness and stuff, your dog limps and stuff when he's damaged, just like in Shadow of the Colossus. This aches the heart a lot, being an animal lover. I'm really out of breath. Why am I out of breath? Have you ever had a game that you just love so much that if anything happened to it, you'd go apeshit? Well, Lego Star Wars 2 was that game for me. It was just so fun! I loved it. But one day, my 5-year-old mind was high on some mushrooms, and I was dancing randomly in my small compact room. I tripped on my PS2 controller, and I fell. But as I fell, my darling PS2 fell with me. I hit the floor with little impact. But my PS2 did not suffer the same fate.
It died.
But worst of all, my favourite game at the time, Lego Star Wars 2, was in it. And so, that died too. I've still not actually been able to live that down since. I still shed tears for my PS2 to this day. Rest in peace, sweet prince.
I love you.
Holy crap, a game about dogs. This is gonna be so fun, it's gonna be so cute. My sister's going to die. Seriously, this game is a hidden gem on the Wii if you're looking for feels. I got this game because I love dogs. Simple. In fact, the only dog game that I played before this was Nintendogs, a game where you look after cute, adorable dogs whose poop looks like a muffin. Little did I know that I'd start the game off with my cute doggy sister getting immediately ill and being in a near-death state, to the point where I'd have to leave my hometown and all the people I love to go on a mysterious and dangerous journey to find a cure. I'll just leave a second for all of that to soak in. Before I continue, does any part of that plot consisting of the sister being in danger and leaving home on a boat remind you of anything? Nonetheless, I love this game because of the impact it had on me right from the start. Like in Wind Waker, I wanted to save my sister. I wanted to risk my cute doggy life so she may live. Oh yeah, I was also 8, and I was also a kid who cried at fucking Curious George because the monkey got locked in a cage. I'm gonna be quite serious here because this game has had a massive impact on me. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Red or Blue Rescue Team. Just a disclaimer, I realise that Pokemon Mystery Dungeon 2, the one like Explorers of the Sky or something, was probably deeper than this game, with the ending and such, but Red and Blue Rescue Team just connected with me more, with my age and real life situation at the time while I was playing it, compared to Pokemon Mystery Dungeon 2. But you can't deny the beautiful I Don't Want to Say Goodbye music at the end of the game. I also enjoyed Red and Blue more as a game, leaving it to have more of an impact on me at the end. But let's explain why. So basically I cried right at the end of this game. By the end of this game you've experienced a lot with your friend who's been with you right from the start. I personally felt a really strong connection to this Pokemon friend, as I named him and based him off my best friend at the time. More so, the game ends with you saving the world, but being forced to turn back into a human. You don't like it and your friends don't like it, as your game goes on about your friend being a one true friend, who truly cares. A friend who will never break his bond of friendship. But you leave him, alone, friendless. You are also alone, without friends, without anyone to truly care for. But something changes. Your spirit takes its free will and drives itself to its true home. And so you appear once again as a Pokemon in front of your Pokemon friends, and your one true friend, who you've been through the entire game with. No longer is he crying, no longer are the others crying. They just get what meant most of them back. Their friend. Just to complement this, the music that goes with this entire sequence is so beautiful. Probably not up to the standard as I Don't Want to Say Goodbye in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon 2, but it's still amazingly beautiful. I can't go back and watch the sequence without shedding a tear. It takes me back to a time where I had a best friend, and I could rely on him and trust him whenever I wanted. This ending stuck with me forever, leaving me with vivid memories of where I was and what time it was when I played the game. I don't think any other game ending has had this much of an impact on me since. It was the perfect time for this game to have an impact on me, and that's basically it. And before I depress all my viewers, I'm going to end it at that.
Oh yeah, I was also at my mummy's work when I beat this game, so I had to hide my sadness and tears from my mummy and the big kids as she works in a school.
I'm a freaking badass, I know. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the collection of sad memories and stuff. If you enjoyed the video, you may like my other ones, like top 5 Majora's Mask, top 5 Wolves in Gaming. I also have been why am I doing this voice? I've also been away for a while. I've been doing a school project called Accio. But some of you might be saying, HoboWolf senpai, is Easter break? How come you've not been uploading despite this, you little shit? Well, I was salty about Accio not doing so well in the Skills Gaming Showcase, and I decided to dedicate all my Easter break to learning Unity, to get ahead of my opposition when I go back to school. And that's where I've been, in my room, listening to Studio Ghibli's soundtrack and making crappy games. But don't worry, people, if there's anyone still here. I have videos planned in my little notebook, so hopefully I won't be dead again for too long. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a nice day or something.
Bye.